princess, you guys. Um, you're watching us on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all of the social media outlets. Facebook is like acting up right now, so if you want to find us, go to YouTube. We will record this show, even though I think it's something to that. And then we're going to upload it to Facebook. We have not been here in a month. I have not been here in about 3 weeks, close to a month, because Fridays have just been so busy.
See, and I thought you were just slowing down.
No.
Not her.
Like, either I wasn't in town, or I was here and I was locked up doing something. But we are back. We absolutely had to do this show. We're starting it at 2 o'clock. It's supposed to start at 1. But this was an absolute must. Because it is what? Election time.
Yep.
Don't even tell us about it.
It's election time.
Oh, that's
See?
her. It ain't me. That's not me.
So-
I'm trying to-
It is election time. Next week, August the 2nd, is election day. We want to unload some of these races. We're doing both the Democrats and the Republicans today, which, that's why I'm introducing my special guest. So, in this corner, I'm not going to do that because it's not that type of
Oh, wow. You better not.
We have Miss D. Pearl,
Yes.
who is here. Look, she's so proper. Like, I'm just going to be proper. I'm not cussing today. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to be proper. Okay, we got Miss D. Pearl, the founder and owner of...
Pearl Smart Schools.
Okay, that means she's smart. Because her school is called Smart.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yes.
right.
Okay. My lovely co-host, Tracy. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I am with Supermajority.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, and I also spent the past 5 years with One Fair Wage, getting that put on the ballot, and then getting it gutted, and then having it overturned.
Okay. And then to my left, the person that I get so much crap for, because she is my friend. Backstory, people. We grew up. Is my mama watching this? I got cuss for one. I can't cuss. My mama watching this. My mama watching this.
Hey, mama.
We grew up together.
That's right.
Let's say that again.
We grew up together. Not apart.
Okay? Period. Point blank. And if we didn't grow up together, guess what? I would still be respectful of my friend, whether she crazy or not, or whether she think I'm crazy or not. We grew up together. This is my friend. Her name is Artesia Bomber, and all she do is set off bombs.
That's
I
right.
swear to God, I'd be like, oh my God.
I'm ready to
Yeah,
designate right
I
now.
set off bombs. She set off bombs. And she labels herself as, tell them.
I'm a full-blown Republican
Yep, and we grew up together in her
in an
Durham
all-crip
projects.
neighborhood.
And she is, but I love that she claims it, she wears it, and is what she is. And we're friends, flat out. So I just want that to be clear. Next part. So we're gonna move on to we gotta do our inspiration. We got it, and I'm gonna take the inspiration from us today, sitting at this table. Be who you are, but be it respectfully. Be who you are and be your best you, but be it respectfully. It's okay to be who you are, but you don't have to be rude and mean to be that. If it's who you are, you should be able to be that and be that respectfully, with respecting others and their views and all of that stuff, right? Because I just find it wrong when people say, "Oh, you believe this, so I hate you," and that's not being respectful. You don't hate people for what they believe. You don't hate people for you just don't hate people. Period. I don't hate anybody. But I mean, y'all can add to what I'm trying to put out. Even y'all can add a different message. But my message that I want to put in the world today: be who you are. But when you're being who you are, love who you are, so you can be your authentic self. Your authentic self will get you farther than anything you can dream. If you are authentically you, I don't have to worry about nothing. This is me. This is me, whether I'm talking to an elected official. This is me whether I'm talking to the president of the United States. This is me whether I'm talking to Tracy. This is me whether I'm talking to D. Y'all get the same person. I try to like, let me, I'm sorry, but I've trained and I've always worked on being me, because when you're not you in different spaces, you become a liar. So I make sure that when you're meeting me, and I guarantee you're going to always meet the real me before I die and before you die, if you get a chance to meet me. So anybody want to add to that? We got to give words of wisdom to the audience. I like to do that.
Yes. So I've been told a lot that I'm aggressive,
You're very aggressive, but it's okay.
but it's me. It's me. It's somebody in jail right now. Wish that they can have an aggressive attorney that will go all the way to the end, that won't stop down in the middle, that won't get this back up, belly up, nothing. They need somebody aggressive, and that's what I am. It's a part of my personality. So I must be.
I'm aggressive and I'm
Yeah.
bossy and all that stuff. But I want what I allow for people to do in spaces, because when working on events and doing things, if like sometimes bossy will remind them or something, but I allow them to have that side conversation with me. I welcome that to say, hey, Tashana, you made me feel like this. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when somebody says to you, hey, you're being aggressive, you might have reminded them of the experience, so allow them to come to you and say, hey, Artesia, this made me feel like this when you do this. And you can explain why you like that. They can explain how it made them feel, and problem solved. I think the problem comes when people don't allow other people to express how they receive it. And that's part of life and connecting and building. Somebody is receiving you a different way. Now you're just going to have your haters, period, point blank. But you got to know to identify with the difference. You get what I'm saying? Anything I want to pass along to the people? You're a teacher and a school owner. What do you pass along to people? We are pupils.
Pupil.
I would say, to that respect, I would say that in being who you are, don't be afraid to grow and to grow up.
If you're not growing, you're not living. Your mindset, that's another thing yes, go finish. Because I got something to say about that. Go.
Come on, teacher.
No. So just, if this is who you are and this is how you've been, it doesn't mean that you have to continue to be this way. So if you
Wait. Say that again.
Oh, wait a minute. I
You gotta
kind
say
of like
louder.
that.
You got to say that
I
louder.
like to say that again to
Say
my
that
spirit.
louder.
My
Say that
spirit,
louder.
listen.
Say that louder.
So just because this is who you are and who you have been doesn't mean that you have to continue to be this way moving forward.
I love that. I don't want to be aggressive no more. I'm sorry, everybody.
Stop it.
Well, I'm told that I'm aggressive. I'm told that I'm loud.
Oh, girl. Raise your hand if you told
You're
loud.
sure.
You know what? But if I was a man, I'd be assertive, not aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
And
yes.
take charge.
Yes. So,
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
absolutely. You know what? I am aggressive, and I'm going to wear that. Because if I was a man, I would be assertive.
Mm-hmm. They would love
So-
it.
So I do want to say this to your point, though. Very powerful point. Because oftentimes where we grew up, we grew up
We're
in the
proud
hood.
of
Did you grow up
that.
in the hood? I can't remember.
No, I grew up in Hazel Park.
That's kind of not a hood now. But
Yeah, it is.
we grew up in the hood, all of us. She's from West Side, where we
Okay.
at in that area. But as we grow and we learn and we expand because of knowledge and all these things, and we know our worth and we know what we deserve and we know what we want out of life, people often say we've changed. We're different. Actually, I'm still the same. But you are supposed to change over time. Let's repeat that.
Yep.
You are supposed to change and grow over time. If you are not changing and growing and evolving, shit, you stuck in the past. You stuck in fucking not. I don't want to be stuck. If you're waking up and you're doing the exact same thing that you did 10 years ago, I feel so sorry for your life. Because you only get one of them. So you've been doing the same thing for 10, 20, the exact same thing. Not growing, talking about, no. I want everything I deserve out of life. I know I'm going to work to get everything I deserve out of life. I know what my mission is. I know what my purpose is, and that's still evolving as he opens up, and I say God, as he opens up my eyes and shows me all these wonderful things. And I adapt to that and continue to grow. I'm learning the things that I used to believe I don't believe anymore. My belief, your belief system changes as you travel the world, as you meet people, as you empathize and try to put yourself in people's shoes.
And if
That
you go
is
to
the part.
school,
If you go to school, your belief system and things
Changes.
will change. Things that you believed a long time ago, you're not going to believe today, and it should be that way. So I hate when people go, like, even celebrities and stuff like that, when they go back on Facebook and they find something that they said about something 10 years ago and they hold that against them. Okay, what did you say 10 years ago, and why you, like,
Oh yeah, I know. what you're
yeah,
talking
it's
about.
like, that's what I'm saying. You probably did not believe in the LGBT community 10 years ago. Until you got educated, knew,
Yep,
grew, blah, 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 blah,
absolutely.
blah. That's a prime example. Now you
like
do.
my shirt, by the way.
Yeah. Now you do with deep belief, right? You believe in it, you support it, you do all these things. It's not my right, it's not her right, it's not anybody's right to say, well, remember when, shit, I see you remembering, you enjoy that memory? So lock that memory up and just sit there where you've been sitting for 10 years and savoring that goddamn memory. Because I moved on. Do you
Yep.
guys allow yourself to move on, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to stand in your new truth? You're going to grow and you're going to evolve every day. So I agree with that.
I love it. It was so mature to say. That was
That's
the most
it
mature
came from that gut. 'Cause
statement in the room.
Man, I learn every day, and I look at my friends who, like, I had a back and forth with them. Well, they're probably really not my friend. I have not. I just got better, baby. That's why you
And you know what? When you say I feel so sorry for their life, I don't. I feel so happy for mine.
No, I feel sorry for a person who does not know that they have the right to live. And I feel sorry for a person who does not know that anything that's afforded to the most richest man in the world is also afforded to you. You could be the most richest person in the world. I feel sorry for the person that doesn't know that they deserve anything that's out here to get. Like, I feel sorry for a person that sits there with their dreams locked up in their brain and say, man, I wish I could do this. Guess what? You can do it. Like, that freaks me out when I think about that person. That's why I like talking to kids and tell them you can actually do and obtain and be anything you want to be. Anything. You could be all 5 things at one time. You want to be a doctor, lawyer, school teacher, all that at one time, you can.
absolutely you can. Unfortunately, it's easier for some than it is for others.
But yes, like, no, you sitting at the table with a whole bunch. Let's get to that before we go to politics. As an African American woman, I have this dynamic mother, and I've always talked about my mother. I thank God for my mother. I thank God because I feel that God placed us with our parents in our situation, right? I think our life is already written out. He placed you with these people, and they are to do these certain things for you, right? I don't think we belong to them. I don't belong to my mom. I belong to God. That's what and I think we get placed with people. But I was placed with one of the finest human beings in the world. Because although we're African American, although we have all these things against us, she let me know at a young age, you're going to have to be 150%. Education is key. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the world is this. The world is that. The world, it's racist people in the world. It's things that have put up against us to stop us from doing certain things. What, I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, fuck it. No use. I might as well not do it. No. She taught me that although these things are here, you just have to be able to do this. Should it be like that? No. That's the way it is.
Yep.
So, just because that's the way it is, I'm going to work my ass off to do those things. And she did a great job, I think. Thanks, Ma. I think my mom did a great job.
Excellent.
Kudos. And I had a great dad, too, but thanks, Ma. And I have an awesome, I don't like calling him stepdad, I call him Papa. So, I've been blessed, I say, the 3 dads. 3 dad story. To have 3 strong men in my life. My son, Grandpa, who taught me a lot. We were very close. My stepdad, who I hate calling stepdad, but I'll call him Papa. And my real dad all taught me life lessons to help make me me. Weird, but grateful. Okay. Any any more knowledge we want to put into people before we just crush their dreams with politics?
Let's see, because the whole world is based off politics. So I mean, it's really not
Any
nothing.
more
Yeah.
knowledge we want to put, any good spirits before we start putting bad shit in their head. Anything
Politics
good.
can be good.
That's why I do the pouring into. Politics is depressing, but
Not for me. It's exciting.
and I'm called
It's
the
an adrenaline
political
rush.
princess. Politics is, I make it a happy place. It's what you create in politics, which we're going to set the ground rules here because these are my ground rules. So we're going to dive into election day, who's running, what do we think, who's going to win, and all that good stuff in the why, right? Both Democrat and the Republican side, I think their knowledge is power. And we just want, and it's really, these are our opinions. You can have your own opinion, but you're not here to give your opinion, so suck it. You can call in at 313-355-6018 and give your opinions. Again, this is Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Call in number 313-355-6018. Y'all can text that out to y'all friends so they can call and hype y'all up. Like, oh yeah, we agree with you on TCI. You know, all that. Whatever. So
Some of the people not gonna say that, but okay.
So, we move on to politics. First, we're going to say this weekend was amazing for us. We're going to leave our TCI out of this. This weekend was amazing for us because the squad came.
Oh God! I'm glad- Why y'all didn't have me know? Y'all didn't tell me about that because I would have protest.
Look, the squad came. It was a protest out there. We
Let
won't
me
say
go
what
laugh.
it
Oh,
was.
well, then I wish I would have knew because I would have been right there. Oh my God! Look, the phone went laugh out my hand. I gotta get up and get it.
The squad was in town.
Oh, God.
Now, I have the great pleasure, thank you to Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib for inviting me to a couple of private events. Unbeknownst to myself, I saw her at the meeting. She said, hey, what are you doing this evening? And I said, nothing, going home. She was like, you want to come meet my sisters? My retarded ass. I thought it was really her sisters because it was her birthday. So I'm like, yeah! Her sisters were the squad. But I say this. It's a few times, and I put this in a post, where you have that moment where some stuff just shift and change for you. This weekend was my moment. Because with each of those women, they talked about where they came from. They talked about daddy issues. They talked about drugs in the family. They talk about things that I have lived. But they talked about what their mother instilled in them, what their father instilled. You know, it was like the hood stories, but you are here. I saw in just all around me, literally. It's all these women like us that like organize in their own zone and had this fight every day and like feel like you're the one in a million is on this side not agreeing with you and like, am I wrong? Am I crazy? You know, because that's just not right. And it was so many, it was like a million of me in the room at that moment getting the same message saying, man, I am not alone. Was that, you know, like, because their fight, it was, you know, it's not the conventional fight to where I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. My daddy was elected official, so I became elected official. They each had a fight and a reason why. None of them wanted to actually be an elected official. They were forced to step up because
Yep. AOC
Nobody was
started
right.
as a bartender.
nobody was representing us. But each of them collectively came together, and it was in that moment while I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, man, because I have fights where I know stuff ain't right. We've talked, and I'm like, it's just not right. It's Democrats that's not right. It's just not right. You know, we promise something, we don't do it. It's no benches, no, you know, we have all these. And when you're fighting for that, you have the elite of, they say, like, fighting against you, telling you, shh, just keep going with it. Shh, let's just stay on this train. Don't rock the boat. The boat is fucking broke. The boat is blew up. It's holes in the boat.
Titanic.
What do you mean? Tip the boat over and let's get a new boat. You know, but if you're the one they think rocking a boat, they try to block you from, but you can't block me from nothing because I created my own table, my own chair, my own house, my own everything. But still at times you feel like, am I the only one going to stand up for this? Am I the only one, you know? And in that room, that's one thing about Rashida. she can sit at the elitist table, but she doesn't remember where she came from, and that's one of her powers. That's what I was telling this one over here. She's managed the front row seats were volunteers. The front row seats were people who've been her since the beginning. It wasn't no one elected officials at no front row. No, you know how they reserve the first 3 seats for judges. No, the front row seats were friends and family. And when I say friends and family, people who worked on her campaign, people who in her constituents. It was like us. It's like this type of stuff we do. And it was good to see that with 4 prominent congresswomen.
Yep.
None of them saved spaces for elitism. You know, it was like, no, people first. So, how did you feel about this weekend?
I love this weekend. I absolutely love this weekend. And I did not know that the front rows were
It was all people.
was all who, for volunteers, because when I went in, I was actually expecting to go and meet with a couple of my girlfriends, Nicole and Cassie, and they're like right down there, and I'm like,
Yeah. We put them right down there.
I'm like, how the hell did we get down here? I'm thinking we're going to be
Nope.
in nosebleed seats.
Nope, they were like in
And-
the 5th row.
Yep. And then I was able to go right on back.
And take a picture with AOS. Yes,
Yeah.
able to go right on back. But it's just that it was us. I saw me. And actually that made me more powerful. Because I needed that weekend. I needed to see that, although, because you spend time. I need somebody to inspire me when you're inspiring other people.
Mhm.
And that weekend was very inspirational. So,
Absolutely. And I'm a big fan of AOC. She was
Oh
a
God, my head hurts. So
I
bad.
know.
And
Sorry,
not
you
about the
gotta sit there.
AOC, but the Rashida Tlaib. Like I'm just listening to you say, "Oh, yeah, enjoy our weekend." I would have
It wasn't
enjoyed
even
it
about,
too.
look, it wasn't
If I
about
was
politics,
invited.
though. Wait. It wasn't about politics. She never even mentioned she was running for
Congress.
Congress.
No. Mhm.
It was literally about
It was-
letting women know you're not alone. The grassroots woman that's been struggling. She never mentioned she was running for Congress.
We all know she is though.
Not
so, I
everybody
mean,
don't know. Everybody ain't in tune. Everybody in there probably knew, but everybody ain't in tune. Like if you saw, everybody don't know. Believe me, it's people I'm calling don't even know it's an election, especially in Detroit, girl.
Girl,
Bye.
you ain't lying about
Okay,
that one.
so
You ain't lying about that one. I say, girl, bad whistle now,
that's-
for real, because
that's
They not
definitely
voting,
not.
huh?
That's
they
definitely
do
not.
not care. They got to
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
That's
presidential.
like what?
Yes,
No,
they
it
do not
ain't.
care.
It's weird. I said you want to vote. Ain't no election. I
You
had
on
to
the
argue
ballot.
with somebody about this election.
Every day.
Girl,
Every day you're
so no.
calling or texting somebody.
So
and
we're
saying,
going to move on to these races. We're going to start you guys with is it the 11th?
Yep.
The
CD
11th district is Andy Levin and Haley Stevenson.
Stevens.
So these young ladies are from the 11th?
No, we're just going through each race.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to know. Are you from 11th?
She's from the 13th or the 12th. Which one are you in? Are you in the 12th with me now?
I'm in the
Woo!
11th. I'm in the 11th district.
She's in
now.
11. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Where are
so
you
she is
from?
11.
I think it's a new one.
Is it the one where Rashida Tlaib, Janice Renfrey, and all them running?
Yes.
It's the 12. I'm in 12.
So can I ask you a question? How do you feel about both Janice
We're
and...
not on that
we're
race
not on that
yet.
Okay.
Let's do the 11. Y'all want to do the... We can do that one first. Let's do the Tlaib one first. Because the 11 going to take longer. This is going to be quick. So, the 12th Congressional District, we have, on the Dem side, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, who was leaving the 13th, running in the 12th. We have... we got to pull up the list, y'all.
I'll pull it up for you.
Chanel Jackson, and you can read the list. We have Chanel Jackson. We have Mayor Kelly Garrett, Southfield Latham Village, right? Did I say that right? Latham Village? Latham Village, I want to be correct. We have, who else? What's another one? Oh! Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey.
And that's who was outside.
Protesting.
Protest.
Yes.
Well, good.
So
That's
she had a good number of people out there. It was over 50 people. So, this race, who who do y'all think is going to win? Why? If y'all can comment on it. Who do y'all can say who y'all gonna vote for? You don't have to, but just comment on this race.
So are we talking about the
You want
12?
to talk about? We're talking about the 12.
Well, I'm a fan of Rashida.
You're a fan.
I'm definitely a fan. Like, I think she's gonna win. Hands down. Like, and it just
She's
more,
working her butt off.
and I was gonna say more visibility. I mean, like she's very active, and I think she's worked hard since she's been in the Congress already. Like
Before Congress, she was working her butt off.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that with the momentum and just, I think we should keep it going. So I am definitely.
I absolutely love Rashida Tlaib, although I don't live in her district. I have had some dealings with Janice Winfrey. Not a fan.
Okay. She's not a fan.
Not a fan. You know, but again, Rashida Tlaib has always, you know, when it came out for raise the wage or one fair wage, it didn't matter if we were in DC, it didn't matter if we were in Lansing, it didn't matter if we were in Detroit. If she was anywhere in
Available,
the
she was there.
She was there. So Rashida Tlaib, 150%. My kids live in Rashida Tlaib's district.
Okay, so I'm sure they're gonna listen to Mama then.
Yep. If they
Okay.
know what's good for them.
It's my turn now.
It's your turn.
Great. I'm a Christian, so I'm not gonna say the hell with Rashida Tlaib.
You're gonna be kind.
I'm a born again Christian, so I'm not gonna say Rashida Tlaib jumped ship, and she does not care anything about 13th congressional district at all. She ran to the 12th district. She did not care about the 13th. I'm gonna repeat
Who are
that.
you voting for? That's
She ran. No, they said all of these wonderful things about 150%, and she just let me speak. I am not voting for her. That's number one.
Okay.
And we have 3 Republican candidates on the ballot as well, and that's Stephen Elliott, James Hooper, and Hassan Nahmi. But let me tell you about James Hooper. I know James Hooper.
Wait, this is the Republican candidate.
This is
right?
a Republican
Okay.
candidate. And he's going against Rashida Tlaib, everybody. He's going against Janice Winfrey, infamous cheater of elections. Hassan is a new Arabic Republican. He's a baby right now. So him and Stephen Elliott. I know Stephen Elliott ran as an independent or a Green Party or something before, and it wasn't a Republican. So I'm not even going to go for him right now either. But James Hooper gets my vote because at meetings that we go to of the Wayne County 13th chair, which is filled by a person who is similar to your complexion and has not brought black people to the party at all whatsoever.
What is the 12th Republican
The 13th.
district? The
The
13th
13th.
Republican.
Yes, they have a
Okay.
person in the chair that has not brought the Detroiters there. So if you're going to be in a Wayne County chair as a Republican and you want us to have a good turnout for Republican votes, then put somebody in there of color or something that's going to bring those people to the chair. Not somebody that's been in that chair since they started the party, where it's dust on the seat. And they're saying, I've been in this chair for 15 years and I got one more round and no, get you out of there because you've been in that chair for 15 years, but you ain't got 15 new people coming. So
Okay,
you got to go.
wait, you got
James Hooper
James Hooper.
will be a fighter in Congress. He's not going to be talking about he want to help Philistine out instead of America first. And he's not going to cheat in the elections like Janice Winfrey. And the rest of them to name on the ballot
So
to me
you
are
want
splitters.
people to vote the Republican side of the ticket, James Hooper.
This is what I want y'all to do. I don't even want anybody to go to the elections this year looking for Republican and Democrat. I want y'all to write a list of names of good
go vote.
candidates.
I don't think you do that in
This is what I want y'all to do this time. I want y'all to take that ballot blindly.
Wait. You got to make sure
Mhm.
that it's not a straight party ticket. And
Okay.
that ballot won't get thrown out.
Okay.
So let's go to the next one. We did 12.
12.
Okay. So let's do the 11th congressional district.
Oh,
Lord.
Oh, no, we didn't do the 13th.
Lord.
You forgot the
We ain't do
13th.
the
Sam and
13
all
yet.
them.
We ain't do the 13th.
Okay, we'll go afterwards. Let's do 11 first. Yeah, because 13th is full of
12, then 13.
I
So,
can't wait.
14 is gone. So,
Yeah.
11th congressional district, we have two Congress people going head to head. We have Congressman Andy Levin going up against. Well, I don't even want to say going up against. Let's say head to head. Congresswoman Haley Stevenson, because it was her district, if I'm not mistaken, and Andy left his district to come.
So these are what we call unintended consequences. All right, from the redistricting. And I mean, it's really put me into a trick bag, let me tell you. So, the 9th district was originally Andy Levin's district.
Okay.
It was Sander Levin's district.
Yes.
All right, I've had 11 represent me for over 35 years. I love
11 represented you for over 35 years. Okay,
Yep,
perfect.
love the Levins. All right, Haley Stevens in 2018 flipped the 11th district from
Yes, she did.
from red to
She
blue.
worked her butt off.
Absolutely.
They cheated.
And the whole thing is that I graduated from the same high school as Andy Levin. I graduated from Berkeley. All right.
Okay.
I was in sports, cheerleader, what have you. Our rivals were Birmingham and Bloomfield Hills. This was all the Republican district.
Okay.
And the thing was that I lived in Hazel Park.
Okay.
So I could be 5 miles away from District 11,
Okay.
or I could be 35 miles away from District 11. Because District 11 was also Livonia. It was also
Right.
Canton. So now we've got Andy Levin and we've got Haley Stevens. And they both align with
your
each other.
values. What
All right.
about your values?
They both
Okay.
align with my values. And they also align with each other. So now I gotta go ahead and look at, all right, if I want to go ahead, and one of the things that I talk about all the time is smashing the patriarchy. You can't do that if you don't vote for women. It doesn't work.
Okay. Okay.
So, Haley Stevens, I'm voting for her in the primaries.
Wow. I give you guts for saying that, because this is why I give her kudos for saying that. She might go on Facebook and get some Facebook hate.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a race get this nasty. Not with candidates. The nastiness is not with the candidates. I haven't seen them say anything. Maybe they have. Maybe I need to go research. Call in, let us know. But their constituents
It's a mess.
are literally off the charts, dogging each other.
Okay, you talking about 11.
Hold up, I'm talking about 11. Their constituents are like bad right now. So their constituents are like saying the nastiest things against each other. And I'm just trying to figure out when the smoke clears, like after August the 2nd, who gonna apologize first? I mean, because somebody deserves an apology for all the shit that they said to each other.
You know, and here's the whole thing, Tashana. Here's the whole thing. I have never heard at any time, all right, anything bad about Andy Levin until he was running against Haley Stevens. And I never heard anything bad about Haley
But
Stevens.
they don't understand that they are giving Republicans bullets, basically.
They're doing the Republicans' job for her.
We have one
giving-
candidate under
Hold
the
on, we're gonna talk
Republican.
about- They're giving. That's why you're here for. Tell us about the candidate. But one
Mhm.
second. They're giving the Republicans, but we want to analyze each race. They're giving the Republicans bullets, and the only thing that we discussed earlier that I don't like, that I love what we said, what we love about the Republican Party, and you gotta find something you love about the Democratic Party.
I do. You.
Okay, what?
That was quick.
What we love about the Republican Party is this: when in this situation, when somebody wins the the primary, right? Democrats, some of them don't have a problem with saying, forget it, I'm out, I'm not voting. In the Republican Party, when they do their inner fighting, whatever, whoever wins the primary,
Yep.
whoever wins the nomination, I don't care how they felt before, They all rolling along. Example, Trump. Example, prime example. Like, they all rolling along with one plan.
Yep.
So that's one thing. They come together. We didn't do it with Hillary and the Bernie Sanders. Sanders people's like what do they call them? Bernie night. What do they call
They call
them?
him
Bernie
Bernie
Bros.
Burn.
It was something else. Burn. What do they
Feel
call
the burn, Bernie.
Bernie Bros.
Okay. They was like, we not voting.
Yeah.
And they didn't vote.
And it's like, I'm going to take my ball and go
So
home.
tell us about the
Okay,
Republican
so we got-
candidate they're running.
We got 3 candidates too. Mark Ambrose. But I'm sorry, Gabby Grossbar was disqualified. But we got Matthew Den Otter. That's who
You
I'm
like
voting.
him?
It is not
He
even.
said his name.
Hold
She was
on.
happy when she said
Let me
his
tell
name.
y'all about Matthew. And plus, he out there. You better go look
Okay.
around. You better look at all that red. Matthew Den Otter. He everywhere. So that's somebody that's out there. That's somebody for election integrity. He's going to win against Haley Stevens. I'm sorry. If Andy make it, then it's going to be a good fight. But my money goes with Matthew Den Otter.
So
Sorry,
next,
Haley.
So next, I want to talk about
Like
the 13.
Eminem said. Sorry,
I want
Haley.
to talk about the 13. We just want to say who do we think probably gonna win and why?
Oh.
Because we don't have that long. You're watching
Okay.
Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and all that good stuff. But who do we think is a long list of people in the
I know,
13?
right here.
Who do we think? Who do we think? I saw a poll recently that put Shree up first.
The money. He got millions and
Wait,
millions of
wait.
dollars.
Shree up first. Actually, Portia right behind him, and Holier third, right? I think Shree was like 22. Portia was like 17, and then you got Adam Holier. That I forgot how far he was, and they broke the poll down, and it was Ed. I forgot his last name. I'll call him Ed S.
Shree is running for Congress. I thought he was running
in
for
the
state rep.
He already won.
He's
state
already
rep.
a state.
And
His
guess
money
what?
won.
Oh,
So
Lord.
he's already a state rep. And guess what? Some of the people, I'm going to tell you this. Some of the people running in 13 endorsed Shree when Shree was running for state rep. Oh, really?
And then now they running against him?
Mm-hmm.
So can we hurry up and talk about that real quick? I got something quick to
Who do
say.
you think is going to win?
Okay, well my name is
They
on
can't-
that list as y'all can see.
So
I gotta be careful. I gotta
for
tell y'all
the
real
Republican
quick, and I
side-
talk fast. My name on here and it says disqualified. They wrongfully kicked me off the ballot, stole 10 sheets out of my pile, and even more sheets when it went to the Secretary of State for the appeal.
Are you still running?
So, I'm running my mouth right now, but I'm just going to tell you something quickly. Martell Bivens, and I want everybody out there to listen up if you're a Republican. One of the Democrats are going to win. It might be Shree, but he's not for we. It might be Shree. They don't know how to speak English, but it won't be Martell Bivens because Martell Bivens worked for Mayor Duggan. Martell Bivens is a rhino thrown in the Republican Party side to do what? Have our TCL bomber kicked off. Because if Martell Bivens, a person
he
who
the
just
one,
popped up out of thin air, that
Is
worked
he
for
the
Duggan.
One, he the one, what do you call it? Told them to check into you?
Yes,
Or
they
is it the
did.
person? Okay.
Yes, he did. And he kept trying to come in. He kept trying to not vet, but stalk my campaign manager, Ramon Jackson, author of the Black America Report. He stalked him and then went to him at a forum and was like, "Hey, I read your book, and it's the old book. I read your book and did all this stuff." Then he came on me. "Oh, Artesia, I
wanna
saw
get
you on the
to
news."
Governor's race.
So let's-
that's what
Oh yeah, we're gonna hurry you get there. So let's let y'all know about this the Congress right quick. I was on that list. I'm still fighting. So I told them they're gonna have to have 2 names on that general ballot because I'm not giving up, and I'm suing for $2 million because I could have at least had that in my account with Win Red. My mouth is powerful, and they put me off this ballot and put a rhino in there. Republicans, if y'all go to the poll and vote for that rhino, rhino gonna be a
Who
Democrat.
do you think, it could be 2 or 3 people, who do you think the option is for 13? D.
Not Sam Riddle.
No, I'm not talking, I'm talking to D.
All right, keep on going.
I gotta look at the options. I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
confused.
You she gotta look at the
You
options.
messed D up.
Cause it's too many, and I know
I
all
saw
of
it,
them.
D was, you messed D up.
John
No.
Conyers is not smart at all. Look like he didn't
So-
pass the high school. Sherry Gay
Weird, why is that
Dagnago
being respectful?
said that she was gonna be over the school board, begged everybody to vote for her. Please, 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 I love the kids. And then now she's about to jump ship on them and run for Congress. Michael Griffey, you gonna get a pass because I don't know who you are. Adam Holier,
Okay,
anytime.
It's Tracy's turn. Tracy.
Adam
Okay,
Holier.
We gotta get to other stuff.
Okay, you said
Stop.
we should go down this last. She
Stop.
likes this.
Okay.
Who
It's
do you
likes
okay.
think?
So the 13th district, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't live in the 13th district. All right. I really don't think I should
And she can't
have.
vote.
Opinion. So,
You
And
know,
I
because
can't.
it's
I
not
am.
mine.
Hold on. We are not in 13 anymore. Oh yes, you
Yes,
are.
I am. So I want to go down the list
so
for all
Rashida
of
Tlaib
them.
want to be your congresswoman?
No,
Okay.
she want to be
We're
my
not gonna
congresswoman.
go
Thank
all down,
God.
all of- we don't got time
Thank
to
you,
talk about
Jesus.
13. So, I think that the number is going to be split to less.
Shree.
It's split
gonna-
too many ways with African
It's gonna be
Americans.
Shree.
That's what my math mind tells me. My math mind, and I'm a science major.
Your mind is
It
smart.
says that it's gonna be split too many ways, and he might win. If he wins, it probably won't be a very large number. But I think once they see how the votes got split up between the African Americans, they're gonna all be pissed at themselves.
And I think
Because
with
it
Shree,
usually
though-
Shree got money.
Hold on, it usually
Yeah, I know.
be like
Let's
all
see.
the African American votes wind up being larger than what he actually get, like
Oh,
in his
yeah,
state
they do
rep
that.
race.
They lie.
When they added up all the other votes, it was more than the votes he actually got, but it was split. Yeah. So it's African Americans running in him against him in state rep, right? And so he got his amount. But when we added up the votes that went to the African Americans, if it was just one African American, it would have beat him.
Yep.
So you're right. So
Yeah.
let's move on to. I
Well,
want
it's
to
no
talk
Republicans
about,
on the ballot for
Right.
13.
I want to talk
None.
about the governor's race for the general because it's a heavy primary. So I want to talk about the primary for the Republicans because that's
Mhm.
where the primary at.
Thank you.
So that's your showtime.
Thank you.
But you didn't have so.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about too. Are we or aren't we in a recession? So we'll spend like 5 minutes on this
Okay, please.
thing. So the governor's race is coming up. Is very important. Also, we have a secretary. We have a secretary of state race and attorney general race. Of course, three of us, of course, are for Dana Nessel. Of course, you're for the other person. I don't understand why Dana Nessel is in a tight battle with this person. But we'll talk about that because there's a general race. The governor's race on the Republican side, what I don't understand that I want to dive in quick for like 5-6 minutes. You have this guy named Kelly that's running, right? On the Republican side. And for the life of, but I know the answer to this. When it was found that he did things, what was that, January 6th? What do they call it? And he was involved with that. They raided his house and all that stuff. His contributions went through the roof. His volunteerism went through the roof. And all these things went through the roof, right? And people are trying to figure out why. Why did it go through the roof? People, Michigan is where those groups, those radical groups and all that was found, grown. This is the center. You get what I'm saying? If you have not been outside of Wayne County, I feel sorry for you too. Because just in Wayne County and Detroit and all that stuff, and just becoming Oakland County is where, it's the Democrat and urban and all, outside of that, it is.
red.
Exactly.
So
and
can
I
we
don't
talk-
think, and militias, but Michigan is the state where militia was home and grown. So when they see that and they see that he was a part of that, they're like, hell yeah, we're jumping on board. He is our governor.
Okay,
You
can we
get
talk?
that? So we're gonna talk about him. I know you don't like him,
No, not that.
but I just wanted to give out that why, because everybody's asking why are people funding him? Why did his volunteerism go up? That's why. If I am a militia person and I say, hey, I'm not thinking, I'm not I don't want to say not an educated person, because educated people are militia people too. They're thinking, this is our person. He represents us. You get that's what they're thinking. They're not thinking logically like he ran up into. They're not thinking that. They're not thinking your argument. If you think this person did something illegal, he did something illegal. They're thinking he represents us. He's going to go out for us. We're on his train. So him being on the news constantly and talking about his case and all that's doing is making him better. That's not. And then if Democrats talking about him, all we doing is making it better. All we doing is help spreading his message to get him more volunteers and more money. It's not helping us. It's not pushing out more Democrats because actually it's no blue wave. It's a definite red wave in Michigan, but I don't see a blue wave. So we'll talk about your Republican candidates on the governor's side. And each of them running against the governor, who would be the best candidate you think?
Okay, let's talk about them because it's 5 candidates
Okay, we got
versus
3
one.
minutes.
Okay, I can do a lot in 3 minutes. Okay, this is my candidate right here, Ralph Raban. Ralph Raban for governor. And the reason why I got Ralph Raban for governor is because Ralph was the maturest person in the room. Not the smartest, not the coolest, not the funniest, not the one that keeps sitting down in the chair and then when you get your name called, come back up and button your suit jacket. After you finish your question, you go sit back down and take it loose. I just went to the last and final debate in Pontiac, Michigan. Ryan Kelly is a clown to me. And I don't care if he do win as governor. I would call him a clown as the
Would
governor.
you still vote for him?
I would not vote for Kelly,
Would
but
you
let me
get
tell you
behind
about
him?
this thing. Let me tell you about what's going on. Kelly committed a crime, and like you said, the money went through the roof. Whitmer's money go through the roof too, as corrupt as she is. So he's another one coming in. The money gonna go through the roof for him too. Him and Whitmer are bad for Michigan. They not no good governor candidates. None of that. He's taking Michigan as a joke. He's taking Michigan as a celebrity show. We got a lady that made us put masks on our face, kids masks on their face, miss school, all type of things. And we got Kelly coming in as this. Oh, hey, clap for me! I ran into the Capitol, but it was blood in that Capitol that day. Trump did not tell us to go into the Capitol.
Oh.
I was at the Save America rally. So the lady right there can say, oh, please, but she was not in the rally.
So you got Kelly.
We
Now
got Kelly
next,
winning that
Tudor
thing.
Dixon.
Tudor Dixon. Wham, 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 wham. That's all she going to do when she get in office. One thing I can say the difference between Tudor and Whitmer, Whitmer calls you on the phone when she need help. Tudor just goes up there and just blurt it out and go off on the other candidates. No respect, just always they arguing with each other. But Whitmer's at home eating popcorn like Ramon Jackson, my manager said, eating popcorn, watching Netflix, watching Netflix, waiting to win, waiting to win the race. She don't have to do nothing. Yes, she's at home, relaxing. They killing themselves. Sedano. Let's take loudmouth Garrett Sedano. He's handsome.
I'm about to say, how
He's
y'all know
very
she-
handsome, very strong.
Look, I got lost.
But he cannot win a race. Anytime you go to a meeting to meet Sedano for the very first time, and he says, like Artesia said, and keeps saying like Artesia said, but then that's why I ran for governor. I was on that ballot too.
Okay.
Because he kept saying like Artesia said. So I was like, well, I'll
Who
make a
else
good
y'all have
governor.
over there?
Now we got Ed Rinke, the car man. Yes, we heard of him on the commercials on TV for Ed Rinke car
You call
sales.
him the car man.
Yeah, he's the car man. But Detroit is called Motor City. We don't have any cheap cars going on. And if he wanted to win an election, he should have been giving out a whole bunch of free cars right now. Like in the next 2 or 3 days, you better start giving out a fleet of them. Sorry, Rinke, but that's the only way you're going to win Detroit's vote, Michigan's vote.
Okay, who else?
And
over
now,
there?
the last but not least, is Ralph. Ralph
already
Raban
mentioned him
for
first,
Congress.
but
Let me
we'll
tell. I mean, for Congress. I said Congress for governor. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you about Ralph. Let me tell you, Ralph is a man of God. Number one, you a woman of God, right? We know we do. We got our own free wills, but Ralph has a will for Michigan. He has a will to have a black agenda. You never asked about that. Has any of them other candidates?
You telling us.
Has any of them other candidates ever mentioned anything for the black people? No. They're up in the
I've
Upper
seen
Peninsula.
Him. I've
Mhm.
seen he has been in Detroit.
And
with
what
me.
street he was on?
What street was he was in? The
Joy
hood.
what?
Joy Road.
Joy Road,
She
exit
took him
9.
all around the hood.
I brought him all around.
Literally.
He's gonna come
With
around
kids.
with kids.
And he was holding black babies.
Oh, they love him. But Whitmer has a commercial out right now that's saying she's about to save child care, do this and that, and it was all white
She
kids in the
has-
commercial.
She's taking him in the hood like he comes to the hood.
And not the other
Okay.
ones haven't. Tudor's not gonna come to Detroit. She's gonna be scared.
So we asked you this, like
Yes.
I asked you off screen.
Mhm.
In your poll, who does the poll say will win? And I do this for
Okay.
polls.
Okay. So for polls, the news is saying that it's going to be a beauty contest. This is their words. This is a news
So
person.
who is up
They
there?
saying Tudor and Whitmer would be it because they want
who's
them.
right under Tudor?
So who's under Tudor? They're saying would be Kelly.
So it's the race right now. What's the percentage? Are they giving?
So basically, it ain't over until the fat lady sing. And as you can see,
I know,
I'm losing
but-
weight. I'm losing a lot
I'm
of
asking
weight.
what's the percentage? Like
The percentage is Ralph Raban is in the lead. Ralph Raban is going to win because corruption won.
We gotta look it up. See, you gotta give.
Ralph
statistics.
Raban took notice to this book, the Black America Report. That's why we are accepting Ralph Raban in Detroit,
You gotta
Michigan,
give
Pontiac, and
statistics
Flint.
too
He care
to-
about the crisis.
Okay, stop. You gotta
Yes.
give statistics attitude to the people.
The
They say
statistics
tutor.
is Tudor cry too much and she argue with
Okay.
everybody's husbands.
So
Next.
next,
Next.
we're talking.
And
about-
Whitmer just flat out no good, dirty, evil,
Stop,
mean,
stop,
corrupt,
stop.
and laughing at us
Now I gotta
all.
respond. So stop. I think Gretchen Whitmer is a great
No.
governor. Stop. I think
Rep them
you can't
girls.
just get facts.
Rep them
You can't
girls.
do that. So I think she has done a great job on things. I don't want to talk. I just wanted you to say who the candidates were.
Radford
on
Band
the
for
Republican
governor.
side.
Can I answer
Yes,
that?
yes.
Awesome. All right. So I actually watched Ralph Band before I got here on
What?
on his debates.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, why him? Oh, you
Right.
watched the debates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I just couldn't get past him going ahead and reciting scripture.
Good. Well, then you must be don't know that God rules this world.
I'm not.
You can't mix God.
I-
with politics.
Well, they got it in the Constitution.
I am
Religion is a
not.
free will.
But absolutely, absolutely, I'm for whatever gives people comfort. But I am not a Christian.
Okay, we know. So that's why you're not going to like rap.
I am not a Muslim.
Yeah, so we
All right.
know. Not
I'm a wi-
religious.
I'm pagan.
Yeah.
All right. So
So that means you don't
I am
like a
not-
Christian.
So no,
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 Right.
no, no, no.
That
I'm not-
doesn't mean that.
I-
It can mean that
Is she
just
saying that's
No,
no,
I am-
no. Just because she's saying she is not doesn't mean anything. It means she's. I respect all religions.
Mhm.
I
But
am
she's
more.
none.
Stop. No, that's not true. She,
She
just
just said
said
she pagan.
stop.
Yeah.
That's her religion.
Bring
Her.
your kids up
No,
here and
wait,
stop
wait,
now.
stop.
Come on.
No, no, listen, because you're not. You gotta listen.
I'm sorry about your mic.
Because when I did the study of religion,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta get to this recession thing. When I did the study of religion, I found that even voodoo is somebody's religion, and I
Mhm.
need to respect it. Now, to me, growing up, this is where that mind change came. I thought voodoo was witchcraft and all, and some people still might think that. But it's some people that go to church for. They have the churches.
They call it a different
They're
type
not
of
churches.
voodoo.
I'm calling it churches.
Hoodoo.
But they have their place where they go and they worship and they do their thing.
Mhm.
And we actually went to them. And this is in college. So when I was studying religion. So how I feel on religion, I think everybody has a spiritual aspect. I call it God. She may call it something else. But just she's telling you what she is not telling you that she hate Christians, she hate this, she hate
Nobody
that.
said the word
yeah,
hate.
Yeah, but and not telling you that she don't believe.
She don't believe. That's why she said
No,
she can't
she's
get
telling
past him
you-
talking about Bible scriptures. I'm
no,
listening.
she don't like that he's trying to enforce it on
He's
everybody.
not forcing that on everybody. He's just putting
Well,
God first.
but absolutely is, especially when it comes time to a woman's right to choose.
See, that's where y'all.
Guess
Right.
what? I'm a woman
There
and
go
I'm
them
supporting
better.
him. I got 10 kids. So what do you mean choose? Choose what? To kill your baby? That's the choice you want them to have? Because that's over with. Roe versus Wade is done. So what else you trying
So
to fight
how
for
are
them?
you, how
What
are you
else?
saying? How are you saying that it's a baby? If it's a baby, okay. all
Oh
right,
God!
let's
Now you
go
heard that for
ahead.
yourself right there.
Let's
Now,
go.
woo! Keep
Let's-
this subject
I don't,
going.
Wait, I don't
Let's-
believe it's a baby when you
Let,
first.
let's go
when it's
ahead.
first in you. So
If
I-
it's a baby, if it is a baby, can a woman go ahead and get life insurance on her fetus and then collect on it if she miscarries?
Yep, she sure can.
no, she can't.
No, she
Who
can't.
said it?
can't.
Who
You
said
can't.
it?
You
can't.
can.
Who said it?
You can't.
You can
It
pay
has-
for a certain
no,
insurance.
it has
Anybody
to
can
come
do it.
out. No,
No.
it has to come out. It has to have social security number. It has to have all that stuff. You gotta have social security
Can,
number.
can a woman who is pregnant get the child tax credit?
But what you saying?
No, no,
is-
no,
Right, right,
no,
right.
No,
I'm
no,
asking-
no,
I'm
no.
asking-
I don't know.
All right.
Ask the governor. Ask Whitmer.
Can she
That's
go
your
ahead
governor.
and
Ask
get
her.
the child tax credit?
Ask Whitmer.
All right.
I don't know the answer
Okay,
to
so
that.
let's come back to this.
You can't.
This
You
is-
know you
this
can't.
is-
Yes, well, that's why you don't like
Wait,
rap because you're not
stop.
you're not pro-life.
That's
so
not why.
Absolutely.
the
No,
devil
all right,
loses every
stop,
day.
stop.
The devil
I'm
loses
not-
every day.
I
I
am
don't
not.
believe in that either.
We know,
I
so you-
support women's
we don't know where
right
you
to
come from.
choose.
I don't-
I
Like that?
definitely support women's rights to choose.
Me too. I do
Because
too.
of number of things, and that does
Just
not
won't be
mean
an
that I
abortion.
am pro-life. I am pro women's life to choose. I am pro. This is my body. I don't want a man telling me you cannot do this to your body. You don't control. And I'm about to say this word shit to do with my body? Do I control your goddamn penis? Can I tell you to cut that shit off and you can't have no kids? So I don't understand how a government or anybody can tell me what to do with my body. Like, that's like telling somebody what to pray for. Back in the day, you can't, like, in the Bible, when they got crucified for kneeling and praying to God, when they wanted them to pray to the kings and the queens. So, like, that's a touchy situation, because then it's gonna move forward to telling gay and lesbian people they can't get married. That's what happened when, like, you can't do all these things. It's like we're going to turn into...
My
like,
governor candidate is not doing any of those things.
I'm not talking about your governor candidate.
But she talked about Ralph. She said
okay,
she don't like
so
Ralph, so I'm going to
said
keep
that
sticking
he
up
was-
we
for
got
him.
3 minutes left, and I need to get to this
What?
big topic.
What's
That's
the big
very
topic?
important. People are hurting out here.
Yes, they are.
Hurting.
And people arguing it.
And we got to do this. We're going to do this abortion thing next
Roe
Friday.
versus Wade is dead.
We're doing... It's not dead. It's come back.
No,
So-
it's not. In the name of Jesus.
So, are we or aren't we in a recession? I don't know if you guys been watching CNN and Fox News, but the numbers show we are. But administration is refusing to say we are. Everything points to we are. And 65% of people, not both Republicans, Democrats, and independents, 65% of the country say we are. They feel like they are. What do you guys think?
I think we should just worry about who's going to be the next governor.
What do you think? Are we or are we in a
And congressperson and senator. And the recession, we got to get
that
figured out by the right
matters.
leaders.
No, that matters.
The right leaders
I'm gonna
in
tell
office.
you why it matters. See, you talk more than you listen.
Oh, you do
Because
too.
listen, because if we
Y'all, we going to fight after this is over
we
with.
are
We will.
in a recession,
In the parking lot.
if we are in a recession, it's known whatever party that leads
Mm-hmm.
loses seats. So that would be the Democratic Party has a huge chance of losing seats.
We already did.
Now, losing seats this November. Right now, we are both. We supposedly control both houses in the Senate. That's bullshit. Anyway, but if we are in a recession, history shows whatever party leads loses in November. That's why this is important for Congress and all those other things. If we are in a recession, that means if I was Gretchen Whitmer, I wouldn't be having Joe Biden. And I love Joe Biden, but he ain't coming campaigning for me if his polling rating's low.
Well,
You right?
Definitely, he hasn't been out there. though.
That's why. This
No,
He
No,
wasn't
guy-
out there when
Yes,
Trump
Right,
came
that's what I'm
either.
saying. Like, you ain't about to come to my state, nigga. Gone on, get your shit together, then come. You get what I'm saying?
He was here with Whitmer before Whitmer
So,
won.
what do y'all think?
Right.
How do y'all feel? Do you feel like it is in one? I mean, I know we all are blessed. We all are blessed, I would say, financially. We all are. So I think maybe it's hard for us to like determine I haven't really felt like, oh my God, this is I do hate paying more for food, and we got like 2 more minutes. I do hate paying more for gas, but I can do it, right?
Oh, no.
What about
You
the
can
person?
do it.
What about the person who cannot?
Me
Shut
like
up!
me. You can do it.
You can do it,
I
Miss
cannot
Buddy.
afford
Don't
gas.
listen to
I
her
cannot afford
Facebook.
bills. And if anybody's sitting at this table
Miss,
right now
I
saying they
got
happy with those gas prices,
Miss,
please
I
meet
got
me
you.
outside in the parking lot. I got something
I'm
for
not
you.
saying happy.
Yeah,
You
it's
wait,
satisfying.
see, she didn't listen.
Or
You
I
didn't
can
listen.
do it.
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's not breaking me. Think about the person that's breaking. That's what
Me.
I'm saying.
I would say it definitely made me make different decisions.
That's what I'm saying.
I make different
So
decisions.
I don't drive as much, but we're not. It's people that's actually got to decide: do I buy gas or do I eat? We're not in that situation right now. Don't look at me and tell me you are, because that's
I
not true.
am.
Like, Miss,
Excuse me, I need a gas card
I'm
before
not
I leave.
listening to you no more. I'm not
The
listening.
way, the way I look at it
And we got, I think, 1 more minute, and we're about to be off.
is that if you can
We're about
afford,
to be off.
to vote Republican, you can afford the gas
Yeah.
prices.
Stop it.
That sounds
That's
dumb,
not
what
fair.
you just said.
That-
You can
that's
afford
like
to
a
vote
dig.
Republican.
We're
Yep.
playing a
It doesn't
million.
cost a dime to go to the polls.
Excuse me.
That
That's
sounds
like
so
a
silly.
big
That
crazy
sounds silly.
We're
That
going.
sounds childish.
We're going.
And that sounds
Let us go.
ignorant. And I'm glad that we're going because I would embarrass the mess out of that
Tracy,
remark and that
right.
comment.
That's not a nice
If
remark.
that's a stupid remark.
But it's
and I'm
the
gonna speak
truth.
on it. It's not the truth. That's an opinion.